All right, thanks for joining us. Robin and I are very excited to share that one exercise you should be doing. And we want this to be interactive. We really believe in giving our fans what they want. So we appreciate your questions and comments, and let us know what you'd like to hear about.
Before we get to the reveal, I know some of you are joining us for the first time, so I can give you a little background on Robin and I. We've been in the business for 20 years. We own Island Tumble and Genesis Fitness in Coronado, California. We have 5 kids of our own, ages 16, 15, 12, 7, and 5. Yes, we are very busy.
Also, a year ago, we decided to give up our home and move into our RV with our kids and travel the Western United States in search of adventure. It has been amazing, and we look forward to taking our journey abroad in the next few months with trips to Costa Rica and then through most of Western Europe. Victor and I are always cognizant that we are walking billboards. We walk the walk, we practice what we preach. We know it's tough to do it all, but we know looking and feeling great while still being an involved parent and having a career is all possible. And we are here to help. We as a family love to be outside. We love to exercise, and we love to eat quality food. We are big believers being examples for our children is important, which brings us to our tagline, be who you want your kids to be. If you just learn to act like you want your kids to, they will follow.
All right, let's get into a few facts before I reveal this movement that you should be doing. It's literally in our DNA. And what I mean by that is that we as man and woman have been doing this movement in some way, shape, or form since the dawn of time. Now, obviously, it wasn't in a commercial gym, but if you look at human movement and start to think about how we evolved, you can start to understand the necessity to mirror some of these same movements. Unfortunately, our evolved sedentary lifestyle, as I like to call it, has us moving very little, which has led to our current overweight and obesity epidemic and caused us to develop too many linchpin issues. Now, a linchpin, as I like to think of it in terms of fitness and exercise, is a central, cohesive source of support and stability. If any of your linchpins have issues, you will struggle to do this movement. From a sore big toe to a stiff neck, it will make it tough to do this movement, which can tell you how all-encompassing it can be. But don't worry. If you have a problem with your low back or any other linchpins, I'm going to help you today. This movement is vital for building a strong athletic body. The way it works, the whole body has a dramatic effect on the development, which leads me to my next point, that it involves more muscles than any other lift. For that reason, if I have a client who has a limited amount of time to work out, I will warm them up and often choose this lift as the one thing they do before they have to leave. And I will do the same thing if I have a limited amount of time. I will choose this movement. Every person I work with does some variation of this movement. Now that's saying something. Remember, I've been designing programs for over 20 years, and currently I work with clients from ages 15 to 72. You really can't get around it. You should be doing this movement. And if you can't, you should be addressing the issues as to why you cannot.
Okay, so by now you should realize that it takes a lot of effort to get out and move. Do you think our ancestors, primitive man, would look to each other and say, hey, I was really in my fat burning zone when I was chasing that mammoth this morning? Or, hold up a second, I know that saber-toothed tiger is coming, but I haven't finished my push-ups. It's chest day. Or early woman would say, oh my gosh, I just hit my 10,000 step goal today when we gathered berries. Exercise is an expression of what we used to get in life. We move. We don't move enough anymore. Hippocrates used to say that walking was man's best medicine. Think about that for a moment. Things in our life seem to just fall into place more when you're getting in your workouts and you're moving more. Just a little advice, if you're having a rough day, go out for a walk. I promise you will feel better after.
I also wanted to share 2 scary new terms, gluteal amnesia and gluteal dysfunction, being thrown around the fitness industry the last couple of years. The words alone should paint a picture of what's going on in modern society. Our butts, our rears, our junk in the trunk is literally not working at all anymore, or forgetting to work. It has nothing to do with our DNA. It has to do with our environment. I deal with these two syndromes on the daily basis, and I work to establish good strength and awareness with my clients so they have good-looking and functional tushies. Sitting is destroying our muscles and killing our souls. I know that might sound quite profound for a webinar, but if you think about the amount of movement we are designed to do and what we're currently getting, it's kind of embarrassing. Early hunter-gatherer man and woman walk on average of 10 miles a day. We should be wowed, considering that the average person walks about that distance at Disneyland, but without the churros, Coke, or other junk food they eat. If you don't use your body, you will lose it. Those muscles will start to waste away, and those muscles give you all the potential to enjoy your life. Last summer alone, our 4-year-old and our 6-year-old hiked over 100 miles. Do you think they have non-functional tushies? I don't think so.
I have to be honest with you guys. This may become as quite a surprise, but I don't love lifting weights. Weight training for me is like eating broccoli. I do it for my health. I'd much rather drink a beer and eat nachos, but to look and feel not just good, but awesome, I eat my broccoli and spinach and kale so that I can occasionally splurge on beer and nachos without too many negative effects. But trust me, I'd rather grab my surfboard and paddle out, lace up my climbing shoes and tighten my harness to climb a wall of limestone, or unroll my yoga mat and flow out a sun salutation. But if I don't do this exercise, I start losing the ability and efficiency of my surfing, climbing, and overall joint integrity and muscle definition. When I do walk in the gym to train, 75% of my training will be preparing my body to do this exercise. Because if I know the system is moving in harmony, the results come easy. So, what is the magical exercise that will get you the body you want, get your hormones working effectively so that you're burning calories and using fat efficiently? Dun dun.
It's the deadlift, of course. Now wait, before you decide to tune out and go eat a bag of Cheetos and watch some reality TV, stay with us here. I know you might already think you know how to do this, or that's just an exercise that meatheads do. But remember, we teach this movement from ages 15 to 75. This movement should be in everyone's routine. If you're a beginner and have never done this exercise, don't worry. I'll go over how to do it correctly and go over any linchpin issues you may have that are limiting you from doing this exercise. If you already integrate this exercise regularly in your routine and you have the body you want, go ahead and dig into that bag of Cheetos. But if you're doing this exercise and not seeing the results you desire, I'm about to go over proper execution and hopefully give you some insight into something you might be missing. Now, before I break down the deadlift, let me tell you a few more reasons why it's an important exercise. First, it trains the posterior chain. Yeah, I know, kind of sounds fancy. Without putting too much science into this webinar, I love to teach my clients about anatomy and how it works because that's where my passion lies. And I always hope to transfer my passion to them in hopes that they will work harder. The posterior chain includes everything from the base of your skull to your heels, but with an emphasis on the low back, glutes, and hamstrings. You will not have a shapely backside if you aren't stimulating the muscles of your glutes and hamstrings.
Second, deadlifting is part of what we call primal movement patterns. There's a big push in the fitness industry to include primal movement patterns that reestablish range of motions that are key to maintaining functional movement patterns. This is a fancy way of saying being able to move your joints in all the directions they were designed to move in. Human movement has 7 patterns: pushing, pulling, bending, twisting, squatting, lunging, and gait patterns. Granted, our favorite movement here centers only on 2 of these, pulling and bending. But what we love about this is that integrating the prehab exercises that we're going to teach you to develop a strong deadlift is going to incorporate all the other primal patterns. So in a way, the deadlift is the pinnacle of incorporating all these patterns to build a cohesive system.
Lastly, it's great if you can deadlift at a high percentage of your body weight, but it's more important that your lifting ability carries over to your daily life and the required stresses you are hopefully putting on your muscle tissues and joints. Lifting should be about developing functional strength. By now, it should make sense why this exercise is great for building strength and shaping your muscles. But you might be asking yourself, how does it make you leaner? First, remember adding muscle will add an increased ability to burn calories and utilize fat stores.
Second, if you watched our webinar last week, you know that a big reason people hit a plateau in their training is that they drain instead of train. There's a common misconception that the only way to improve is to do more and more, but it's simply not true. As a society, we are busy people with multiple demands and stressors on our body. Unless you have multiple hours a day to put into rest and recovery, you can't train like a powerlifter. We want our clients to tap into the maximum amount of growth hormone with the minimum time investment possible, which means you don't have time to screw around going through the motions and executing with minimum effectiveness. We want you to learn to recruit the highest number of muscle fibers to get them to respond to new loads, and in turn, building more muscle tissue that will burn more calories and create a positive hormonal response. Trust us, learning to do the right amount of load without draining the nervous system and the adrenals is the key to getting leaner and feeling awesome.
Third, long gone are the days of split cycle workouts. You know, chest on Monday, back on Wednesday. Most of the workouts I design are from top to bottom. That means full body workouts, and they last between 30 and 45 minutes to complete. If you have a short time, and who doesn't these days, this exercise gives you the most bang for your buck.
All right, so we're going to take a look at a video breaking down this exercise and give you some key pointers on how to execute correctly and what to do to build up so that you can do this exercise.
All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Let me tell you a little bit about a couple options that are available at robinandvictor.com. We have our online training program. And what's amazing about this is that you're getting all the benefits of personal training at really a portion of the price. If you look there, you'll be able to see that we have lots of testimonials from lots of different people that have had tremendous results from our online training. If that's not what you're looking for, I do have a lot of videos for sale that cover a wide variety of exercises. Now, for a short and limited time, I'm rolling all of these in for just a very low price here. My Posterior Chain series goes over what you should be doing to have functional and good-looking legs ultimately. It also deals with low back strengthening. My Push and Pull series really narrows down what you should be doing for your upper body, whether you're male or female. Let's get down to the base on what gets results, makes you strong, and makes you look good. My Core series revolutionizes what we need to do for abdominals. We need functional and strong abdominals. And then I have three videos that are designed to just give you healthy joints. Additionally, Robin's thrown in a vinyasa yoga in nature to make sure that you're really working on zenning out and getting a good balance in your training. If you look at the promo code on the screen here, make sure you put that in to get that discount. Thanks for joining us, and look forward to talking to you guys on the next webinar.